account at the end of the month and you're short again. Not because you went on a spending spree, not because you did anything extreme. You budgeted, you tried, and somehow the money is still gone. And you have no idea what went wrong because you didn't do anything wrong. Here's what's probably happening. Your income isn't exactly the same every single month, and you're running a budget that assumes it is. That gap of what you budgeted and what actually came in is what creates that paycheck to paycheck feeling. Even when you make decent money, even when you're doing everything you think you're supposed to do. I'm going to show you exactly why this happens and what I do instead. There is a huge group of people who are responsible with money. They aren't overspending. They care about their finances. They're doing their best. And they still end up every month feeling like something went wrong because they didn't actually do anything wrong. What they did was they built a budget around a number that isn't always true. A fixed income budget for an income that isn't fixed. If your income changes from month to month, even a little bit, a traditional budget is going to keep you feeling like you're failing, like you're doing something wrong. Not because you're bad at it, because it's the wrong tool. Before I tell you more about the system, I want to make sure you have the budget foundation that you need. I have a free guide. Click the link in the description below and download it today. It's a simple budget that works whether your income is predictable or not, and I've used it for almost 20 years. It's the foundation for everything that I'm going to show you. The link is in the description, and if you're not sure where your budget is breaking, I have a free quiz at www.simplifywithleanne.com/quiz. It takes about 2 minutes. It's linked below as well. Let me show you exactly what's happening when a variable income meets a fixed budget. Let's say you budget $4,000 a month because that's roughly what you make. But in March, you actually made $3,600. So you started the month $400 short before you ever spent a dollar. The budget didn't fail because of your decisions. It failed because it wasn't living in reality with you. And then in May, you made $4,800 and you didn't even notice the extra money because it disappeared into the month before you ever had a plan for it. That's the paycheck to paycheck cycle for people with variable income. The low months create a hole, and the high months don't fill it because there was no plan for the extra money. And every month feels tight, even when some months actually aren't. This is not a willpower problem. This is a system problem, and it is completely fixable. Here's what I do instead of creating a fixed budget. The first thing I do is I establish my minimum expected income, not my best month, not the average, the minimum that I can reasonably count on. That's the number for my core budget. That budget is going to include my mortgage, groceries, utilities, the things that happen whether it's a good month or not. The basics that I need covered. The non-negotiables. So why do I do a minimum instead of an average? Because if I budget for the average and then I have a low month, there's a deficit before the month has even begun. If I budget for a minimum, any extra money that comes in, I get to tell it where it's going to go. If a high month comes and I make more money than I expect, I have a plan for the extra, which brings me to part 2. When I receive income above the minimum, I don't figure out what to do with it in the moment. I already know. I already have a plan because I decided once ahead of time before the money came in. Here's my order of operations. First, make sure the current month is fully covered. Second, add a buffer into the next month so I'm not starting that month tight. Third, anything above that goes to a specific goal: debt, savings, a trip we're planning, whatever we're working toward that month. That decision was made when I was calm and I had all of the information, not when the money showed up in my bank account. I planned it when I knew that money was coming and I wasn't just guessing. That's the difference between money that has a plan and money that just disappears. The last piece is one that most budgeting advice completely skips. I keep 3 months of budgeting active at the same time. I have the previous month, the current month, and the next month that I'm looking at kind of all at the same time. This matters because I can see the next 30 days, I can prepare for them, and I know what's coming. If I know the next month is going to be a lower income month, a slower season, fewer hours, whatever the reason, I can see that now and I can adjust before it happens. I'm not just reacting to a low month after the fact. I'm planning for it 2 weeks out, a month out. And then when a high income month comes, I can see exactly where that money is going to go and where I need it to go. Nothing surprises me. That's the whole point. I need to stop here for a second because everything I just walked you through only works if you have a budget. If you're trying to apply this to a random spreadsheet or a piece of note paper that doesn't account for your variable income, or an app that resets every month, it's going to feel so frustrating. The system I work from is a zero-based budget that carries money forward. Money rolls over instead of resetting. I can see 3 months at once. I can shift things around. My budget is living in reality with me, and I can move things before the spending happens. I have a free guide that walks you through exactly how to set this up, even if you've never budgeted before. It's the budget I've used for 20 years. It's not complicated. It's just built differently than what most people are taught because it lives in reality. It's free and you can get it by clicking the link below. I want to be real with you about what this system does and doesn't fix. It doesn't make the variability go away. There will still be low months. There will still be high months. That part doesn't change. What changes is how you experience these high and low months. Low months don't feel like emergencies because you've planned for them and they're not just happening to you. High months don't disappear because you already knew where that money was going. The paycheck to paycheck feeling, that anxious, overwhelm, tight, where did that money go feeling, that's not always a money problem. Sometimes it's a visibility problem. You just can't see what's happening clearly enough to your money to get ahead of it. This system fixes that and allows you to get ahead of your money and stay in control. Here's the short version. Build your budget around your minimum income, not your average, not your best month, not what you hope to make. Have a plan, decide in advance, and anything that comes in above the minimum, you know where it's going to go. Keep 3 months visible at the same time so nothing surprises you. If you want the budget foundation that makes all of this possible in one place, click the link below this video. It's the system that I have used for 20 years. The link is in the description. And if this video hit close to home, if you've been doing everything you possibly can to budget and you still feel behind, you still feel like you're failing, click the subscribe button because everything here is built for you. Watch this video next because it's where I show you how to research and budget for every trip before you leave. If you have travel this summer, you won't want to miss this one.